Hi, my name is Will Howard and I live in San Diego, California. I am in commercial real estate and I attended USC and played football during the late 80s, early 90s. But as much as I love football, I love film and television more. I think that it would be better to win one Oscar than 10 Super Bowls. And I'm happy to find an opportunity to share my voice with you. And I understand that this is more so for the strong women, a voice for strong women, which I truly, truly support. I was raised by a single mother and know the hardships that she's faced raising me and seeing it and remember it and have wonderful stories that I would love to share, if possible, with you. One of them, the first one of two, is called 3 Feet High and Rising. It deals with Anna Winters, married to Senator Clay Winters, and they are happily married for 20 years and have a 15-year-old daughter named Emily. Clay is a retired Marine lieutenant colonel, has the looks, pedigree, and charisma, and potential of possibly becoming president one day. However, after a grueling day on the campaign trail, he and his staff are tragically killed in a head on collision with a drunk driver. Not having any other living relatives, Anna is left alone to raise Emily by herself, trying to maintain political continuity. The governor appoints Anna as her husband's replacement for the remainder of his term, with the intention of having another up and coming Democrat run for a seat in next year's election. But as the election season draws near, the front running Democratic candidate drops out of the race shortly after it's reported he's been embezzling campaign funds and using them to pay for lavish weekend getaways with several of his mistresses. Fears abound within the Democratic Party that the scandal may give the Republican challenger just enough leverage to steal Clay's seat. Senior party officials plead with Anna to run as her husband's successor. Anna has truly appreciated her role of remaining in the background, far away from the bright lights, drama, and infighting. She's also prided herself in being a stay-at-home mother first and senator's wife second. Unfortunately, if the Republicans win Clay's seat, they may finally have the numbers to overturn the Democrats' control in the Senate. Feeling an overwhelming need to fulfill Clay's legacy, Anna reluctantly agrees to run. Meanwhile, at home, Emily feels completely lost without her father. They were like two peas in a pod. She loves her mother, but there's always seemed to be an undefined friction between them. Now, with her father gone, Emily desperately needs her mother's love and affection to help her deal with the hurt she's feeling. Unfortunately, her mother's campaign requires more and more of her time, leaving Emily to her own devices. She begins hanging out with the wrong crowd and getting into trouble. Transgressions are not only jeopardizing her future, they're also disrupting her mother's campaign. Anna quickly comes to a crossroad and needs to decide which direction to go. Does she keep moving forward with the campaign in hopes that her daughter will eventually straighten out, or does she forego her husband's legacy by quitting the Senate race to save her distraught and depressed daughter from self-destruction? During the process of making her decision, one of Clay's campaign workers blindsides everyone by holding a press conference announcing that she and Clay had been having a secret year-long affair and that she recently given birth to his child, a healthy baby boy named Clay Winters Jr. Initially devastated by the announcement, Anna quickly turned into a protective mother and decided it would be in the best interest to drop out of the race to help her daughter deal with this recent bombshell. To her surprise, Emily was actually emboldened by the news that she had a baby brother and begged her mother to reach out to the woman so she could see him. Flabbergasted, Anna swallowed her pride and befriended the woman for Emily's sake. Her magnanimous gesture spoke volumes in the polls and solidified her as a strong, dominant Democratic voice in California. With Emily happy again, Anna decides to go full steam ahead with her run for Senate. She's no longer doing it for Clay. Instead, now she's running to redeem her name and her legacy. Unbeknownst to Anna, Clay's lover intends to take her to court to petition for her son's rightful share of Clay's estate. The second story I have is entitled Life as We Know It. Hillary is a young woman on the verge of turning 25 and reflecting on her life thus far. She's still a virgin and has been saving herself for her future husband and soulmate. Through flashbacks, the series will depict her frustration and heartaches trying to navigate her dating life as a virgin in an extremely cynical and judgmental world. Every guy she dates starts out with potential, but most turn out only wanting one thing, to be her first. The show will also fast forward 20 years into the future, where she's now a widowed mother raising two teenage children, Taylor and Haley, and issues that they're dealing with after her husband suddenly and unexpectedly passes away. As the season progresses, the show will toggle between her youth and her future, giving the audience hints from her earlier dating life that'll help her speculate help them speculate who her eventual husband is. At the end of each episode, the camera angle faces the front door of a house. Hillary opens it and immediately smiles at someone just off camera. The look on her face shows that she's extremely happy that she saved herself for him. I believe the pain of losing their husband and father makes the family have to bond in a way they never knew possible. A lot of children today are so used to getting everything they want and seldom ever feel the pain of having to go without. However, Hillary's children's lives are turned upside down in an instant and need to quickly learn how to navigate this new world in order to heal. In Hillary's case, she's already done so much soul searching waiting to find her soulmate. How much more does she need to do now to redefine herself? What should have been 50 plus years of being together lasted only 18. Now what?